I think last time we have given the demo for survey uh, campaign. So did you get a chance to look into that? Muru, like, do you have any question? I don't know, others have not joined. So can you hear me?
Sorry, Priya, just yeah.
I think Friday we had the session for the survey campaign, web campaign. So did you get
Okay.
a chance to look into that?
No, that I need to go through the recording. I didn't gone through the recordings.
Okay, okay, yeah. You can go
Yeah, if
through
you
like,
continue, I can go through the recordings. If I have any doubts, I will come back to you.
okay, sure.
Thank you.
So today I am thinking to go with the triggered campaign. Okay, so one survey web campaign is already done. So I think next web campaign I will take when audience will be little larger, but let me go ahead with the triggered campaign. So what you can do here, okay, I think I'm triggered template first of all. So we need to first create a template. So you can go to the global template, and here you can see there is only one trigger campaign. You need to just clone this global template. Okay, so here we don't have to write any code, just we need to clone this template, just name it, for example, test. Okay, I'm saving it, and it doesn't require any content zone as well. So now when we go ahead with the campaign, so campaign, here we have to configure the things.
Okay.
Trigger campaign. Okay, so here you will see add a trigger type, right? So we have this many triggers. uh, so all have a description. If you want, you can go through that. So mostly we use, yeah, cart abandonment and browse abandonment will be there. Definitely, if someone has done the cart abandonment and browser abandonment, and at that time it will trigger. Okay, we have a segment join if someone is joining the segment or leaving the segment. Event action if some action user is performing, for example, product detail page view or anything like that. Okay, okay. Um, Higher engagement categories. This is, I think, newly added. So when new item, they will add it with the high engagement categories. So that one, product back in stock, expiring soon, low inventory, and price reduction. So these are so many. So let me go ahead, with, maybe let me start. Okay, cart abandonment I can try. So you can read the description here, like it will trigger in every 15 minutes. Um, so, but yeah, if I will go ahead with this one, it will be very difficult to show the demo. Okay, let
So for
me join our
further,
event.
see for cart amendment,
Hmm?
so,
Yeah,
which site you are checking? You are going to check cart abandonment.
this will be this one because I have all this personalization on this site only.
Okay, you already configure, right? Okay.
Hmm. So yeah, so right now I'm going with the event action because this cart abandonment will take some time because it has some it can fire like in 30 to 45 minutes after we have done the abandonment. So that's what I'm going, means it's not a very big challenge here to configure. You need to just select it here, and then you need to also, like, if there is a some filter criteria, because it will give you what all user attribute you want to send, and also what product you have abandoned, right?
Okay.
So, like, if there is a
I
some
have one
filter
doubt.
logic, you can apply, like, I want, uh, the product, if user have added like in between these to this price, or greater than this price, you can add this, right? Like, catalog filter and behavior filter. If someone, like, how many times a product has viewed. So this kind of behavioral, if that is a requirement, mostly like simple cart abandonment, we don't require all this filter logic. But if your business require that, you can add it here.
Okay, I have one use case.
Mm,
Now we are into banking sector. So
mm,
suppose someone is filling in a loan application, like a credit, home loan or student loan. So
mm.
after we can come out of that application, then we can able to track it using this cart abundant.
No, 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 no. You can use a event action. So there will be event action. You can add, like, let's say if user is filling up the form, then on the submit you might be passing some action, right?
Okay.
For example, form submitted. So it will trigger whenever user will submit the form. Okay, whenever this
Okay.
action will be there, and
If
then what
suppose
you can
user
do.
is not submitted the form, so
Hmm,
he is halfway in the form filling, right? So he came out of that application.
hmm.
So in that case, we will track it.
So you can create a segment rule for that. Like, if user have viewed this page, but not submitted action, is did not perform the submission action. And what you can do, you can add whenever the user will join this segment, like whatever the segment you will create, you can add it here, and based on that, whenever user will join, means user have gone to that page but not submitted, that will be your segment rule, and you need to add this segment. So whenever user will join this segment, this trigger campaign will be triggered, and it will feed your data to your SFMCD. So you need to also, because you need to add here the journey, right? This is what the flow. This is flow from IS to SFMC. Like, you are sending the data based on your trigger event setup, like what kind of event you want to set up, and then based on that, it will send your data whenever it is triggering to your SFMCD.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can have a segment join. Yeah. So here, let's say I'm saying home page view. Okay, so this is the action. So I'm saying if someone has done the home page view, this is not a relevant, but I don't have much test data, so that's what I'm going ahead with the event action. Okay, here you can add a frequency limit as well, like how many times for per profile it will trigger, right? So let's say daily two profile, this is fine. And delay, if you want to add it, you know after this campaign will fire, if you want some delays or specific days and hours, you can add it here. Means you can configure it here. But add rule, here you can add different kind of rule, like let's say user attribute. So attribute, I'm saying if user, if uh, you know means if there is some user attribute, let's say email, I'm saying if email address is there, like, or a email address equals to this one, or at the rate, it contains at the rate something, then only it should be triggered. That kind of target, campaign target, you can add it. And A/B testing, anyway, we don't have A/B testing here. I'm just doing one test, and the control I'm making as a zero. an experience one, it will trigger for all the user whoever qualify for experience one. And control will be if we want particular sets of user, percentage of the user to be controlled here, then we can, means that for that percentage, let's say we have a 20% and we have 100 users, then for 20 users it will not trigger, and it will be very random for which 20 users it will not be triggered. So but I am putting as a zero, so all the 100% of the user will qualify, whichever falls into the criteria, all this criteria. And add template. So this template that I have created right now, right, just I have cloned it, so I am just adding it here. What all user attribute I want to send, for example, yeah, email address, let's say. So you can select multiple. Recommendation, I don't have anything, so I'm just skipping it. And add journey builder. Here we need to configure journey as well. So let me go to journey builder, and I need to create a data extension as well. The name should be same of the attribute that we're gonna create here in data extension.
So the name should be same as we created in
Yeah.
Interaction Studio, right? The trigger for the trigger
Yes,
campaign.
yes. Attribute name should be same. So I have only one attribute name. Let me add one more in campaign. Uh, Here I'm adding maybe profile ID. I think 50 will be fine, but just okay. So this data extension is ready. I'm just moving to let me create one folder here, or create new journey, multi-step. I will select the event. Okay, what should I do? What should I add? Maybe we can add update contact. Let me create one more attribute that does add it. And we will update this value from the journey. Okay. Exit, I'm making it in 1 minute. Means you can add anything, re-entry anytime or anything. Oh, means you can send email to the user as well, or if you have WhatsApp notification or anything, um, you can add it. But right now I'm not doing anything here.
Okay.
This is done, and now in campaign, I need to add that journey. Sorry. Uh, now my yeah, this is published. But let me just go ahead and see home page. Okay, I can see home page here. Let me see the recent activity. Yeah, home page. Now let me go to this user and let's see this trigger happen. Yeah, trigger execution happened for this triggered campaign. Okay, let me see the recording data extension. Yeah, you can see the recording data extension. This is the profile ID, actually the user ID, and this
Hmm.
created date updated from the journey. And we can see the data is flowing in journey as well. One contact accepted. Yeah, this is the same user ID for which it triggered. And you can see the values here. So this is how like data extension creation and your journey creation will remain as it is. You can either you can have more activities, depends on your requirement. Definitely in real time it will be very complex, you might be sending the emails or some notification or all of that. And maybe in a data extension you want to capture few more user attribute, but how we are capturing email address, profile ID, same way you can capture other attributes. What happens in cart abandonment and all? So when you select the cart abandonment, let me just show you. So there are a set of uh, uh, set of this attributes, that is a trigger type attribute that you need to create, like a triggered segment, triggered action, triggered catalog item field. All these things you need to create it. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just for the cart abandonment, cart browser, and also if you are trigger segment, in case you have a trigger type as a segment is joined, then triggered segment also you need to create it. So like here you can see like all the description, like what all attributes you need to create it. So you need to just copy this triggered segment, triggered action, triggered catalog item. Okay, these are the three, and your contact key will be there, and trigger type. You know what is your trigger type field that is there.
Okay.
So we can also create a trigger type, because anyway trigger type and contact key is a by default. We can create it right now as well. But this triggered segment will be only for the user if we have a triggered type as a segment join, and triggered action, like if we have any event action that we have, this one we can create it. And triggered catalog item, it will give you the value of which all product you have browsed or which you have abandoned, right? And for the price reduction, all these things will come into this catalog item. It will give you a JSON array where it will have all the items which you have abandonment, and their description and their image URL, all of these details, so that you can configure abandonment cart emails as well from that data extension, right? You can do that as well.
Okay. So what are the real-time use cases will come under this trigger campaign?
Yeah, means it's mostly cart abandonment and browse abandonment. And sometimes, let's say if you have some forms in your website, and you want those data, so whenever someone fills up the form, you want to send that data to SFMC, right? That you can do sync up. Okay. Means it will be as soon as it will trigger, so that you have sent the email, so fill up this form, right? You have a journey, you have sent the email, so fill up the form. But when and also understand that this is not on a cloud page. This form is, let's say, not on a cloud page. This is handled by the site itself, so you will not have the data of of the user who are filling up the form, right? In that case, what you can use this triggered campaign, and whenever someone will fill the form, you will get the data in your SFMC, and you can utilize further to send the next message, right? Thank you for filling up the form, or after that, so likewise you can have your data here other way, right? In SFMC to stored, like who have filled the form and what value they have filled up. This is one of the use case. And yeah, means mostly we have this abandonment card, abandonment browse, and this event action and segment join as well. So you have a set of requirement or a rule, where let's say you have said, right, you just not want to send just the result of the whoever filled it. You also want to send the user, right, who have gone to that page but not filled up, right? That kind of rules you can write in your segment, and you can add a segment join. You can add this segment here, and this kind of whoever qualifies for this rule, for that whoever joined this segment, so only user will join the segment whoever qualifies for that rules, right? Which you have written, and it will trigger. And then you will have a set of user who have like this behavior, and then maybe further you can take action from your journey. You can send that email that, hey, you have not filled your form yet, or something like that. You can do that.
Okay.
So this is basically because your is very almost, not almost, it's real time only, right? So if you have some data, or if you want to send some action on a very real time, and you can, if you want to utilize in your journey or something, so for example, cart abandonment and cart browser as well, we have Einstein in SFMC as well. But if you have Interaction Studio, you can easily do, because it will trigger in 15 minutes, and then you will be able to send that email immediately. And it is giving you all the data to configure in your email as well, like all the product data, image, prices, all of that. And there are a few advanced use case as well. So for example, product is expiring soon. This is mostly for e-commerce. Expiring soon, product back to stock, or inventory reduction. So this kind of email that we can see, right, how the Flipkart and all of these sending, right? For the price reduction, we can see that is, or a back to store, or yeah. So these are also a very good use case. But this is mostly on e-commerce, where we have a product. But and a cart abandonment, cart browser as well. But the segment leave, join, and event action, you can utilize for any of the business you want, healthcare or a financial, anything.
Okay.
Uh, so this triggered campaign is done. Mm, Let me go ahead with the server side temp.
Yeah, sorry.
Mhm.
Uh, can we see this one tomorrow? Because I just came from office. Can you stop
Okay,
it?
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, that is fine. We can do it
Just
tomorrow.
yeah. See, for me, you stopped the recording. Yeah. So just now I reached home. I need to refresh it because it's 2.5 hours drive for me from office to
Okay.
home. So I need to refresh it. Sorry for that. I
Yeah,
can continue. We can continue tomorrow. I'll
yeah.
plan